Hey Hammer Paint fans, this is going to be a tutorial on how I paint my Nids. Many people have been asking me how I do the schemes and how I come up with colours, so just something simple. I'm just going to do the Fex's head. So alright, what we'll need is I like to use rather a thick brush like this. I'm going to cover the model completely in Tolerant Flesh, and we'll go from there. So what I like to do is I open my pot of Tolerant Flesh. Now this stuff is pretty thick, so I like to just use a CD or something like that. I water my foundation paints down a lot, so it gets into the crevices and stuff like that, and you keep all that nice detail. There's nothing worse than painting your model and you end up with wiping all your detail out. So this is just, as I said, the Carnifex's head. This is the tusked head. I've just put this horns on here for effect. They don't do anything, not that I'm aware of, they're just there for effect. So what we'll do, I've watered down my Tolerant Flesh, and we'll just base the model completely. I like to use a nice thick brush. So creates what I call less work. Do more for less. This is about this is a 1/4 inch. This is what I like to base all my models in. So pretty simple. This is how I get that nice organic effect. So the model is completely covered in the watered down Tolerant Flesh. I'll wait till that dries and we'll get back to it. Okay guys, welcome back. Now the Tolerant Flesh, the foundation that we applied, has now all dried. So now basically the next process of this video will be dry brushing bleached bone. So I use, as I said before, I use the Games Workshop stuff. So now dry brushing, as I'm sure many of you guys already know, is where you put your paint on the brush and you basically wipe most of it off. So you're basically left with very minute amounts of paint. So what we do is we go with applying our dry brush to the organic part, not the carapaces up here. This will be painted a different colour later on, but we'll apply our bleached bone to the bony structure of the model. Doesn't matter if you get the dry brushing everywhere, just go crazy. Absolutely just get every piece. You may need to just reapply. I like to use my hand, and I'll dry brush until the pores of my skin are just picked up, and I sort of got that idea of it's ready to be applied to the model. Oop. So get every piece of organic stuff you can find on the model. So don't be concerned if it's if you go over in some areas, because it'll be all picked up with later on with different colours. So basically you end up with that. Okay, our model's fully dry brushed. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to add a generous layer of this Ogren flesh. These are the new Sidel washes. I basically bought a set of these, 33 bucks Australian, and they're all the washes you'll ever need. I think actually it is all the washes in the range. Now these are much superior to your inks. They don't have that over gloss effect that the inks seem to have, where you tend to try and dry brush or add different paints and stuff trying to get that glossy effect out of the inks. These are just a flat wash. They're excellent. So I'll give it a bit of a shape, and Bubby boy's choking. Generously apply this to the model. Just coat it. This is basically basically how you get the shadows and stuff like that. This is one way anyway. And you want to make sure that the wash gets into all the little ridges along the tusks, because these are going to actually be painted in a textured form. I'll be painting them all textured like, to make them look sharp and bony and whatnot. Looks pretty good. Okay, so basically that's what you end up with. I'm going to have to do this video in a couple of parts, guys. It's going to take a bit longer than what I thought. So this will be part 1, so hang out for part 2. Okay, thanks guys. Promises have been turned to lies, can't even be honest inside. I'm running backwards.